And what exactly is a top American football player doing in Silicon Valley, mixing with techies and VCs? Well, Brandon Marshall is on a mission in more ways than one. He's talking about high performance and a project that he started aimed at improving mental health care. Mark spoke with Brandon and asked him what he finds most exciting about the potential for technology to impact performance.
Everything about it. I think not only if you're an athlete, but if you're, just a CEO trying to get an edge, we're all understanding that tech can help do that. I'm just looking at my particular line of work. The difference between a 4.4 40 and a 4.4 240 is, we're talking about, that fast. But when you look at it on a still photo, the gap is this big. And when you have that much space in professional sports, that's the difference between good and great. So any edge that you can create, any edge that you can get is the difference between wins and losses.
Is technology changing the game?
I think that we're entering a time where tech is going to start changing the game. I absolutely do. Now you're starting to see a lot of professional athletes and a lot of professional clubs adopt VR. We're able to, watch film in a setting that is more realistic. It's almost like you're taking a rep. You're not just sitting there in a classroom and it's just a mental rep. It's a mental and physical rep now. So that's what it's all about. Why do we go in the weight room and bench, 225, 10, 20 times or as many times as possible? Or if you're a basketball player like Steph Curry, why are you shooting, 200-300 free throws after practice? It's about reps. So when you can get these reps and not put as much stress on your body, it's always a great thing.
You're now at the age of 32. A time when many athletes start to decline, but last season you had one of your best seasons. You attribute it to your mind?
80% of sports is mental, and there's no difference in life. But we spend almost 100% of our time on the physical, So what I've done is I've taken a step back the last couple years, and I've invested more resources and myself into making sure that I am in control of my emotions, that I am present in the moment.
You've had a number of altercations involving domestic disputes. You've acknowledged those difficulties, but fortunately you sought help.
I think when you say domestic disputes, that's a part of the story, but when you look at what I was going through, it's not a unique situation. It's a universal problem. It affects all of us, but it's the things that people don't see. How I was isolating myself. I was depressed. I would go weeks without talking, and I had to go to McLean Hospital, where I spent 3 months in an outpatient program learning the skills and tools that I needed to be able to be a healthy, effective human being and a contributor to our society. So for me, I've always been one to look in the mirror, and I got that when I was able just to sit back and really dive into the work. I approach McLean Hospital like it was my locker room. I approach Barnes & Noble studying the frontal lobe like it was my playbook. So now I'm able to take all of that stuff that I've learned, the experiences that I've gone through, and shift from patient to provider.
You recently started Project 375. Tell me why you started it.
Some of these disorders out there are some of the most treatable disorders in the world, but we don't have access to them or we can't afford them, and that's a problem. So the reason why I wanted to create Project 375 with my wife is because I spent over $150,000 getting the help I needed, and that's just sad. That's a civil rights issue. And also where we were at in the mental health community was where the cancer and HIV community was 25 years ago. It's highly stigmatized. Nobody wanted to talk about it. Still a taboo topic, and we wanted to put a face to it.
Can we look forward to Project 375 working with tech companies?
When you look at the impact that we can have by partnering with the right engineers, the right entrepreneurs, the right investors, the right companies, it's a no-brainer. So we are in our learning and listening phase. You know, we haven't been in this community long, the tech community. So we're looking for the right people to partner with who understands it and can navigate us through it so we can make the biggest impact in our school systems and in our community.
If you like what you just saw, follow us on social media and visit our website, cctv-america.com.